Hello, everybody, and welcome to our second night here at UNM Esports and the School of Engineering. I'm Dieter Elegant Cabbage Hambicki.
I am Toby. I am the recruiter for the School of Engineering. Although tonight we're not here to talk about recruitment, here to talk to students who are already within the University of New Mexico School of Engineering. So, although if you're a high schooler, you're more than welcome to stay too.
Yep. So, if anyone has any questions about the School of Engineering, if you're already in it, if you want to join it, anything like that, please just drop it in the chat and we will get to you as they come in. Otherwise, we're here watching our Overwatch, or this isn't Overwatch, our Rocket League team here. Just do some just friendlies. I think this is just 4v4s that they queued up for 2v2 or 2-2 with 2 minutes on the clock. So, getting into it. But anything you want to start off with?
Yeah, so for those of you guys last semester or who were a little bit familiar, last semester and last year we were doing coffee with engineering. And they were just kind of virtual coffee sessions that we figured, hey, let's spice it up a little bit and play some video games while we answer questions from students who have questions about the services we can offer, whether in general or if there is anything specific that you wanted to know about in your particular situation. So if there's anything, feel free to drop it into the Twitch chat, and we'll be happy to answer it as well. Um, and of course, if you want to just stay and hang out, put a little bit of commentary, or want information on joining the esports team, Dieter here is the man for that.
Yep. And this is our Rocket League. Oh, is that just gonna roll in?
Pretty
Pretty
much.
much. Okay, I was not expecting that one. Yeah, Soupy was in position to defend that one, kind of, but yeah, that one was odd. Uh, anyways, this is our. I almost caster cursed at them because I was about to say this is our A team. We've actually been really good at Rocket League over the past 3-4 years, pretty much since we've started this club. Rocket League's been our. Now it's actually Call of Duty, but for a long time it was like our marquee esport of, oh, someone wants to do a tournament, go send our Rocket League team, they'll win it for us, no big deal. Now our Call of Duty team is excellent, so we send them a lot of the times, but that's not to say that our Rocket League team is bad by any stretch of the
I was
imagination.
gonna say that sounded like some smack talking.
No,
Over
no,
here
no.
telling the Rocket League team they need to step up their game.
No, I actually have no idea how good they are anymore. There was an invitational down at NMSU this past weekend, but just due to scheduling conflicts, our Rocket League team wasn't able to get down there. So
Well, from what I heard about the scheduling conflicts, it was that New Mexico State didn't want to lose, and so they just didn't schedule us on.
yeah,
So,
that's probably true. But also the people who did win that were Grand Canyon
mm,
University,
okay,
and it wasn't even close in the finals. I think it was GCU versus NMSU, and
okay,
GCU won in four.
wow,
It was just like we actually all thought it was a best of five because they just like smashed three in a row, and we're like, oh, I guess that's it. And they went into one more, and it's like, oh, I guess it's a best of seven.
yeah,
This will take 5 more minutes. Okay.
yeah.
So, but here they're just gonna queue up for one more. Actually, this is looking like a 2v2 that they might want to do, but I see 5 people, so I don't know. Anyways, if you want to join a Rocket League team, reach out to Tyler on our Discord. I think we actually finally have our Vanity Discord thing, so I believe it's discord.gg/UNM Esports. If it's not that, go to esports.unm.edu and our Discord's on there.
So I've seen this a couple of times, and for those of us who did not quite keep up with the video game surge and are still stuck in the world of Super Mario, what is causing the cars to go boom?
So if you in Overwatch, if you hit someone going fast enough, I forget what the uh, like the bar is for to cross,
Hmm.
but if you hit someone going fast enough, they'll explode. And the reason that you want to do that is they respawn with zero boost. So, and boost management is a lot of this game, which boost is all those orange things that they're
Hmm.
running over and collecting, and that's how you go faster. And to reset one person on the map, I think they respawn like 1 second later, so it's really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but really, just getting rid of all their boost is the biggest part of it.
Oh,
Ooh,
that was some good
yeah, that was
defense there.
a good shot on goal. And a lot of times in like lower levels, you'll see the uh, destruction or the demo go like you have to like full hit someone head on. But like at these higher levels, from what I've seen, is they are really good at like side swiping people
Oh, just
basically,
like that.
just like that, yeah, and it gets them to reset. Oh, they don't actually lose all their boosts, but they do lose a bunch of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that you don't lose your momentum, so it kind of gets them resets. You're in a 3v2, sort of like how you hockey penalty, right?
Yeah.
Just less punishing. And we actually get we have quite a few questions already.
Awesome. Let's see what
Uh,
we got.
an Apex team. We have considered an Apex team, and we're sort of working on that. Um,
Well, and one thing you guys had mentioned last time, although please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm the School of Engineering guy, not the esports guy. But if you guys want a team, you guys can work on starting one, right? Like, you guys get enough people around you and get enough people who are interested, then there's no reason why it can't happen. We
the
say
one.
this, we say the same thing about clubs just in general. It doesn't have to be an esports team, but if there wasn't a chess club on campus and you wanted to, a chess club, like start one, right?
Oh,
That
that's also we've heard. We will make an Apex team. I think the problem with that is getting tournaments more to people to compete in because that's a weird one to compete for. But we are always of the
oof.
opinion that
Oh,
that
that was
still went in. That
good.
was nice.
Yeah, good defense, better offense.
See, yeah, that was didn't get to see the replay. But Apex, we have had so many people asking for that, so we'll definitely try and get something together for it. We just basically need a coordinator. So apparently our Discord is not down or something. The old Discord link. Hey, Bernardo, since you're listening, can you fix that? Apparently, our Discord link on our website is down. I wonder if that happened because we got the vanity link.
Oh.
That probably is why. Um, so, anyways, we'll get you the Discord link. We're going through some changes with that, and it's also people keep removing their boosts, so that probably doesn't help. We keep getting like every other day. It's like, oh, you need one more boost to keep the server alive or whatever, and then someone else boosts it, and it's I don't know if that has anything to do with it. So maybe solid maybe. Anyone have any questions about engineering? It sounds
Ah.
like someone here is having some. What is that called in Nintendo? The controller
Oh, the
drift.
droid drift.
Yeah, the joy drift.
Yeah.
But on a Microsoft one, on a Xbox One.
I discovered Joy Drift on mine when I was playing Animal Crossing, and my character was ominously walking across my island with an axe, looking like an axe murderer. So,
it
uh,
it it does happen. Luckily, with that, it's fairly easy to rebuild them, from what I've heard. So, looks like Omni Prime. Yeah, he's a mod. He is able to send links. The Nightbot won't get rid of them. Sorry about that, Fossilized. We'll definitely have to mod you. Um, what are the different branches of engineering that UNM provides?
oh, I got this one. I know this one. So we have 6 departments, 9 degrees, but there's close to like 200 or disciplines of engineering, and so I'll list them off real quick. Not all 200 of the disciplines, I promise, not that much. But if you don't hear a discipline that you're interested in, let us know because there's a good chance we offer it. We just can't have a degree or a department for all 200 of
Hmm.
them. So the 6 departments we offer are chemical and biological engineering. Wow, they look like Spider-Man playing this game. um,
Yeah.
so chemical and biological engineering, the one my good friend Dieter here is a part of, and that I am wearing a student organization shirt of, nuclear engineering. The one that our awesome producer in the back is a part of, I believe that's civil engineering, or no?
No, that's
That was no, it was remind me. Yeah, oh yeah.
electrical and
Oh,
computer.
see, I was joking around. I thought you were mechanical.
No, I think the one guy playing over there is mechanical, and then our one guy playing over here is civil.
Okay. So yeah, so our producer is a ECE, a electrical and computer engineering, although he specifically does computer engineering. So let me see. I mentioned CBE, nuclear, ECE. We have mechanical, as I was kind of messing around. We have civil construction and environmental engineering, which, if you hear me talk about it in the future, I'm only going to refer to as civil because that's way too many words. Um, and we have, what is the last one that I am? Oh, computer science, which is absolutely a form of computer engineering. Even if they sometimes don't want to acknowledge it, they are definitely a form of computer engineering, especially because the primary thing that they do is software engineering. So I would definitely argue that that's, a form of engineering. So now, the 9 degrees we offer, obviously one in each of those, and then ECE offers one in electrical engineering and one in computer engineering. So that's 7 right there. And then civil construction and environmental engineering offers a construction engineering and a construction management degree. On top of that, though, like I said, we offer a ton of disciplines involved. So, for example, we do offer automotive engineering. That's not one that's listed. That's not a degree that we offer. However, it is absolutely part of our program here. We offer aerospace engineering. We offer quantum engineering. Anything you can really think of, we probably offer it. The only thing that we don't directly offer, that I don't really have much for anybody on, is ballistics engineering. Outside of that, there's a good chance that we offer whatever you're looking for.
Not to endorse a different college, but if you want to do ballistics, just go to Tech.
Yeah, no,
Like,
one
like
100%.
just go to Tech. They have an excellent program there for that. Even if we started one here,
Yeah, that would be.
we'd have to compete with Tech, and they have so much. I think they get like direct grants from the Army over there or something
Yep.
like that.
They have such great wow, we're now doing a recruitment pitch for New Mexico Tech, but they have such great firearm ranges that when I was in the Army, we used to do firearm and explosive trainings at their ranges.
The other.
But again, come to UNM.
Yes, come to UNM. Are those? So I don't actually even know this. Are all of it? Or is that like? So if I go for automotive, is that like a concentration within mechanical? Or
We do have some concentrations, but automotive is not one of the concentrations. It's just something that you can study, and it's built into the program.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have our super awesome and super wonderful FSAE Formula One team here, which I believe our awesome producer was a part of. And so that is a program that it's part of what's called the Senior Design Program or Senior Design Project. It's also known as the Capstone Project. So if you guys hear your teachers talking about the Capstone Project, it's the exact same thing as what I'm about to talk about. And what it is at the end of your senior year, well, you got to do a project. We're going to teach you all this engineering, and so it's like, well, let's see some engineering, right? And so all of our programs do require something along these lines. They're all a little bit different in how they require them, but mechanical engineering and sort of electrical and computer engineering do offer a Formula One team where you can build a race car from scratch. And so, although it's not a direct discipline within mechanical engineering, it's kind of hard to say you didn't learn mechanical engineering after you build a race car, right?
yeah, absolutely. I know there's also different degrees kind of within the degrees themselves. I don't know if it's actually within any other department, but nuclear I know has the pathway that is there's like three different master's pathways, and one of them is it's not medical, but it's
No, yeah, it is.
it
It
well
is medical.
it's health physics, which is uh don't call me a doctor because I'm technically not a doctor, so we have to call it something else, but I'm
Hmm.
essentially a doctor in radiation.
Yeah,
um,
they
so
are.
I'm sure that there's also all of that for other engineering
Yeah,
disciplines.
exactly. And so basically, roughly starting your junior year, now it changes student to student, but basically your junior year, you're going to switch from meeting your department advisor. So for nuclear, that would be Krista or Catherine. For ECE, that would be Sage or what is the gentleman's name now? I should know his name. But basically, you're going to switch from meeting that department advisor to meeting a faculty advisor. And that faculty advisor is specific to what kind of discipline of engineering within the field you want to do. So, within chemical and biological engineering, if you really wanted to do some medical work, you're probably going to meet with like Dr. Chi because she does like a lot of Alzheimer's proteins. Whereas if you wanted to do like a lot of catalysis, you're probably going to meet Dr. Dautier because his lab is one of the foremost experts in catalysis in the country. So it changes who your advisor is. Oh, nice
Yeah,
coop
that
up
was a
there.
really good, just aggressive demo there
Yeah,
to get that one in.
that looked like some hockey play, right?
Yeah, that was just the demo to clear out the defense. That was a really good play right there.
Yeah, and just put the ball in front of the net and have someone kind of scoop and score. That was a good play. But yeah, so and what that does is it allows you to concentrate more in your area that you're wanting to go into, and a lot of them are great experts in their fields, and so they know the other experts in their fields, and so it really helps you get a job or a an internship or a graduate assistantship or whatever it is that you're looking for, whatever that next step is, really helps you do that. So, there's just all these different ways that we have for you to specialize. It's just kind of this buffet of options, and you pick what works for you, and we help you get there.
Uh, I like the camera just look away. I thought that one was going to go in. I really thought that was two cool people don't look at their own goals going in, but it was unfortunately not that. So UNM playing UNM here, sort of a scrim, I suppose. This is four members of our team just playing against each other, 3-3. So pretty balanced. I think we saw 3-2 in the last game. So overall, just really good play though. This is Rocket League is something that I would say is deceptively difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like it'd be so easy here, but it is very difficult to play at this level. It's also a lot of fun to just one of those games to just pick up and start playing. So I highly recommend if you ever are interested, Rocket League. It's a great way to spend an afternoon that turns into an entire weekend of oh no, I just played Rocket League the entire weekend. um, it's a really good game. I'll see it. We'll see if we can see it. But if they do aerials and they get to the roof upside down and touch all four wheels, they actually get a reset on their flip. And
Ooh, there we go. With 21 seconds left, put one in the net.
there's also slightly different cars. Um, there's like two meta ones. I forget what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
But we're seeing them here. But there's also like party buses that we saw. La Cueva actually pulled that out against I think it was us at the New Mexico Educational Esports Classic last semester, where they were so far ahead in the series that they pulled out the party bus and still won with it because they were that good. La Cueva, please, if you're listening, come to UNM. Join the School of Engineering. It's great. It's free.
For you guys,
Yeah.
it's pretty much free. Um, I always tell kids if you're paying more than like if you're a New Mexico resident and especially if you live in Albuquerque,
Hmm.
if you're paying more than like $500 a semester at the high end, you're paying way too much money.
And that is an absolutely cheap
Mm-hmm.
for college. You'll get out with what that's
$4,000,
$4,000 in debt, which is nothing.
and that's not even debt because you could actually work five hundred
Oh
dollars
yeah,
off.
$500 in 4 months is not particularly difficult, especially if you're living with your parents or finding somewhere in
Yeah, or you
town to
get
live, or you get hired by the labs.
which is super common.
Internships there pay quite well,
Mm-hmm.
especially for engineering.
Yeah.
Internships there pay quite well.
Not only do they pay quite well, a lot of times they'll use what I refer to as the magic student loan wand, where they'll just go, "Oh, you got student loans? Not anymore." Um, and you got to remember, folks, it's not the Army who gets rid of your student loans. It's the federal government who gets rid of your student loans. And the national labs are, well, national.
Yep.
Um, so there's that. And then, of course, a lot of times they'll actually pay for you to finish your degree as well. So not just finish your degree on the undergraduate level, but if you're looking to get a master's or a PhD, them, the Los Alamos National Labs, Sandia National Labs, the Air Force Research Lab, or even a lot of the private companies will pay for you to finish your degree.
Mm.
So they recognize the value of investing in just a touch
Yeah,
high.
that was very close to. I think it's usually called a bar down when you hit it right
Mm-hmm.
on the top and it just goes in. We did get a question. Wait, didn't our governor sign a bill for free education in college? I believe so, but I think there's a whole bunch of asterisks on there. But I think for the most part, if you're a New Mexico resident, you are already on the lottery, it's basically just an extended lottery. So if you're on the lottery, I think it is completely free now.
So guys, it's very easy. If you're on the lottery, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't. If you're not on the lottery, this this new bill can help you out. However, the details are still being worked out. I was actually just in a meeting about it this morning, and they did ask us to say that there's, as you said, a
Mm,
lot of details to be worked out still. And that was literally the most up-to-date information that UNM has on it. I met with the director of college admissions for UNM about it. So he's the top guy who would know about this, and as of right now, we're still working to figure out exactly how this is going to get done. Now, with that in mind, the two kind of big holes with the lottery are that you don't get a break straight out of high school, and two is, and this is for the new New Mexico College Scholarship or New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship, I believe is what it's called.
mm.
Um, and two is, maybe you struggle with college the first time and decide to come back, which I know I did that. I dropped out of college the first time, joined the Army, came back after the Army, and was more ready to go. And so the benefit of this new one is that it's really designed to cover down in those areas. But again, if you're already on the lottery, there's not a flaw in
You're
the
good.
lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know probably I think in my department, probably like in my graduating class, I think like half of everyone was on the lottery. And I'm going to say that was the low number. At least half of everyone was on the
Oof.
lottery. So generally, if you go to UNM, if you're from New Mexico, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of asterisks, but in general, you'll be good.
Yeah.
So, um, yep, that is for it's Kyle VS. Yeah, that is. We're talking about the New Mexico Opportunity Credit or whatever. And I did read that there is going to be something in the bill about returning education and if you take a gap or whatever.
Hmm.
So you'll probably be fine, would be my guess. But
Well, there is a so if you want to take a gap after high school, the lottery scholarship does allow for a singular gap year.
mm,
Um, with that in mind, unless there's some exigent circumstances, I'd really recommend just going straight into college. Because like a lot of people will take a gap year to go backpack around Europe or something. Hey, if you got something cool planned out like that, go for it.
mm.
But I've heard a lot of students go, I don't know, I'm just gonna hang out around the house, I guess.
Yeah, and
We all just
then
did that during the pandemic.
yeah.
So
Well, it's also once you do that, then a year passes and you lose a lot of motivation and
math skills.
math skills. You've been out of school education for a while, and it gets a lot harder to
Hmm.
really get back into that. As someone who, I basically took a gap year between my bachelor's and master's, and it was surprisingly difficult to not even my math schools didn't degrade that much, I want to say, but it was really difficult to just kind of get back into the learning mindset of like, oh, I need to be in class at this time,
Mm-hmm.
instead of, oh, I get out of work and now I get to do whatever I want. It's like, oh no, I have class.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so just use that momentum to kind of keep you going. Like I said, external circumstances aside, I understand everybody's got some stuff going on, but if you're able to just keep it going, then hey, keep it going.
mhm. And especially if you're good at any video games in the Albuquerque metro area and you're looking for a college, um, we unfortunately at UNM Esports are not able to offer any scholarships. But the governor of New Mexico did just give you free college. So what more can you ask for? I guess money, but we unfortunately cannot give you that.
But hey, I mean, maybe the program will grow large enough, and you could be the one who said, "Yeah, back then it didn't, but we made it good enough that we could offer scholarships."
Hmm.
Um, so in fact, talking about we had mentioned our Formula One program. There's a wall of pictures of how tiny that program was. A few years ago, or not even a few years ago. Excuse me. Like about 20 or 30 years ago, but just continuously building it over time. And so, this is your opportunity to kind of build into the fabric of the history of this club.
Absolutely. I think there was a picture of or at least I was told the graduating class in nuclear engineering in like 2002 or 3, somewhere around that time frame.
Hmm.
I was told was one person.
That would not be too surprising. Yeah.
um, so the nuclear engineering program here used to be really small, but the year behind me, so I guess the graduating class of 2020, was the largest incoming freshman class of nuclear engineers that UNM has ever gotten,
Hmm.
and it was like 50 people who
Yeah.
came into the program. I think I don't actually know how many people stuck with it, especially the pandemic happened at the end, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But also, I mean, the pandemic happened when there were, what, 4 weeks left in their
In the school
college?
year, yeah.
So I have to imagine most of them stuck with it. So,
Well, and the great thing about nuclear is you don't get into nuclear generally because you're like, oh, I think I might like this.
yeah,
You tend to have already a passion for
yeah,
it.
everyone that I've met, also one of our production people who isn't here tonight is a freshman from California. And he's like, yep, I came to UNM because I wanted to do nuclear.
Hmm.
And so here I am. Which, I mean, he's technically not in the department yet. You have to go through the first 2 years in the School of Engineering first
Hmm.
to get all of your calcs and chems and whatnot. But yeah, a lot of people in the nuclear engineering, I think it's more so than any other discipline where you go into college wanting to do it, and then 4 years later you get the degree.
Hmm.
There's generally less swapping out, I have to imagine.
Yeah, and part of that is because it's also not very similar to a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things, right? So, like, a lot of students will switch from computer engineering to computer science.
Mm-hmm. Or
Uh,
mechanical to civil, and
yeah,
you took the same base courses, and you actually decide that, oh, mechanical's boring. This one class is more interesting, and you don't lose any time really.
yeah, exactly. So that yeah, I would definitely agree with that. That they have a closer kind of exacting knowledge. Like, yep,
Mm.
nuclear is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to
That
do.
was two demos
Yep.
in a row. Yeah, nuclear. It's very much, even if I wanted to swap out of my degree, post junior year, I would have had to take all of the junior and senior classes again. Like, I don't think they
Yeah.
swapped into anything.
The only two that you might have been able to switch into kind of easily would have probably been math or physics.
Mm.
And even then, yeah, you would have had to take some steps
Yeah.
back. Um, but so I do want to plug at least a few of our services here within the School of Engineering. So for those of you guys who are listening and just hanging out and just wanting to know about, hey, how can we help you guys out? Um, so we know you're going to struggle in college, and so we have a lot of really good support services. Um, and so among those support services, we have engineering specific tutoring. So this is both high level math tutoring, the entire calc series. the high level chemistries, biologies. Actually, I don't think we have biology right now, but I do think we have people who can help you with like the high level chemistries. Um, and then of course the actual engineering specific courses themselves: thermodynamics, fluid dynamics, mass transfer, etc. Right? All of that kind of stuff. And we like to keep this stuff simple, where it's very easy. We just find the kid who get the A's in the class and we hire them to be your tutor, right? Why overcomplicate this? Um, for those of you guys who are, especially in your currently your junior year, although it's never too early to start thinking about it, we offer job placement, assistantship, mentorship, career placement, I said internships, but research study positions. So whatever it is you're looking to do, whatever your next step is that you're looking to take, we can help you out
Oh,
with that.
that goal nearly didn't go in.
No, yeah.
Let's see. I think it might have been a down bar no matter what, even if he didn't get that little tip in. Uh, I college free in the state of New Mexico now. If you live in New Mexico, if you're a New Mexico resident and you're able to make it onto the lottery scholarship, then yes.
And you graduated from a New
And
Mexico high
yeah,
school.
and you graduated from a New Mexico high school, then yes, college is free for state schools. Are there even any private schools in the?
There's a couple. There's a Jesuit school
Hmm.
down. It's near Socorro, if I'm correct. I could be wrong about where it's at. Um, and I want to say there's a Catholic school.
I think
Santa
there's
Fe
yeah, I
Catholic
think there's
College. I
a
think.
Catholic school up in Santa Fe.
Yeah, I could be wrong about
Hmm.
those though. I'll be honest. I met some of their recruiters over at the when I do the college fairs, but I'll be honest. I don't remember where they're at or where
Hmm.
they're from.
Uh, that one was close. Okay, gotcha. Yep. So, that's also a brand new thing that was signed. I was that this
This
week?
week.
Yeah, that was this week. So all the information is still coming out about it. So if
Hmm.
you basically just Google free college New Mexico, you'll see. I think it's basically the same article. It's been posted a million times
Yeah,
everywhere, and that's from what I can tell also the most up to date. And there's not much on it,
there's
but
definitely not much.
the if you're in New Mexico, graduated from a New Mexico high school, and you're able to make it on the current lottery scholarship, if that was your plan for coming in, if you're a junior or senior, if that was your plan to come in for college, anyways, you're just in a better position now.
Yeah. And so there is one misconception. We've already mentioned the answer to this misconception, but there is a big misconception about the lottery scholarship right now, and that's about how much it pays out. Um, and so the answer, a lot of people think it's about 60%, which would actually be a pretty good scholarship on its own. 60% is not the answer. Right now, guys, lottery is paying 100% of your tuition. 100%. And so a lot of students ask me, how much does UNM cost? And I'll be honest, if you're a UNM student or if you're a New Mexico student graduating from a New Mexico high school, what is X minus 100%?
Yeah, it's
Right?
essentially free. That also being said, I don't know if they're still giving them out, but when I came to UNM from Pennsylvania, my SAT scores were good, maybe not the best in the world, and I just got a scholarship from UNM
Mm-hmm.
that was in-state tuition. And let me tell you, I think it was 6.5. Oh, that was so close
Yeah,
to
it was.
going in. It was like 6.5. I think it's now seven
It's closer to
ish.
81.
It's closer to 81 now.
Yeah.
But that's still going to be much cheaper than almost anywhere else. And as I said, I was not the greatest high school student in the world. So be sure, even if you're just checking things out, I think it's $25 to apply to UNM.
That's $25 to apply right now, but if you guys are juniors or below, if you guys when the application period opens, if you guys apply basically by December 1st, we'll waive the fee for you guys.
Mhm. So I also don't remember writing any essays or
There
anything.
is not an essay
It was
requirement.
just it was just SATs and school transcripts and like
Hmm.
$25. So,
And guess what? You don't even have to do your SATs or ACTs anymore.
oh really?
Nope.
Okay, so even easier.
Yep.
So
We just need your school transcripts, and you can self-report your GPA. Now, reminder: we are going to check it later when we get your transcripts, but so that way we could start the process early on you, start getting scholarships earlier on you. We'll help you out with the FAFSA. Make sure you fill out the FAFSA, guys. If you guys are juniors or seniors, make sure you guys are filling out the FAFSAs. And for those of you guys who are currently in UNM, I would like to point your attention to our UNM General Engineering Scholarship. It is for undergraduate students, and it ranges from about $1,000 to $1,500. You do have to write an essay for that one, but it's a very short essay. And I'll be honest, most of the students who apply for it do get it, and by most I mean like the vast majority. I don't have an exact number, but it's like under 10% who don't get it, who have applied on time and qualify for
mhm.
it.
I would also like to point out, with that one, you're writing. It's basically an essay contest against other engineers. So it is not. I mean, excluding 90% of people that get it. It's not the hardest thing in the world to write an essay against some engineers.
Yeah, and I'll be
Um,
honest, guys, if you write a clean essay and talk about why you care, your essay's gonna be
mm,
good enough. Like, just have someone double check it, make sure you don't have weird capitalization all over the place, and that your sentence structure looks good, and of course that A leads to B leads to C, right? And then
mm.
you're good to go. It doesn't need to be some long essay. We don't need a Charles Dickens in here. Like, just a good clean essay, and we're good to go.
Uh, I recommend befriending humanities students. If you can find an English major and buy them lunch or something, that's
Yeah.
always a good option.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just friends with them, and he's like, "Hey, can you look over this 1,000-word essay? It takes them 3 minutes to read, and they're like, change this, this, and this, and then
I would
that's
also point out that CAPS has a paper return service,
mm,
guys. So feel free to use that. If you guys don't know what CAPS is, that is the Center for Academic Performance Services. It is located in Zimmerman Library. Although I believe that the paper turn-in service can be, you could use their functionality online. You just turn in your paper, and I believe it's 48 hours on them that they'll give the paper back to you with notes, edits, grammar, etc. And they can help you out with all of that. Although I do want to make a quick note here about the gameplay we're watching. I see that our friend here who scored the goal has a Houston Astros logo, and I just want to say, how did they do in the World Series this year?
I don't know.
Uh,
Did they win?
they did not
They did
win. Well,
not
they won
win.
2 games.
Isn't it 7 games in the World
It
Series?
is seven
Okay.
games, and my Atlanta Braves won the other 4 of them. So, one of them, or the final one, in Houston with a very, very, very loud home run that, in fact, left the stadium.
Huh.
So, just for all of us to refresh our memories on that one.
Completely doesn't has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. But one of the most interesting things about they almost rule one right there. Rule one in Rocket League is if you ever are in the head to head, you're not allowed to break it. So you turn it into a 3v3 or a 2v2, and you just run into each other just like that. Um, but the thing about baseball is there is no uniform field size
Yep.
in baseball, and I find that fascinating.
And I gotta say, I wish more sports would do that.
It would be really weird in football.
Well, but if you had a really fast team, you could widen the
Mm,
field and take advantage of your speed. Where if you were more of a running team like the Titans, you could shorten the field or squeeze in the field and take advantage of the ability to play in a phone booth.
mm. But also the I forget what field it is. There's one that just like has a flagpole that's like in bounds, which is weird. Um,
To my knowledge, that's none of them.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It might be like a minor league,
that might be
or
that. Yeah.
something. But yeah, apparently when you're designing a baseball field, you can just go wild with it, which is fascinating. But anyways, back to engineering, back to the game. 3-0.
Hey, we were
Uh,
talking about civil engineering
we
here.
I guess we were. But not to be a downer, but I have a feeling that all of the major baseball stadiums in America have already been built 100 years ago.
No, because most of them are getting replaced nowadays.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of new baseball stadiums and a lot of new construction that's happening.
Huh.
Yeah, Tiger Stadium, the Brave Stadium, which is Truist Park, is less than 5 years old.
Huh. I thought that all of the. I guess I'm from the Northeast, so
Yeah, Fenway and Yankee
yeah,
Stadium.
Fenway and Yankees, and
Although
the.
Yankee Stadium was built in, I believe, 2007, so that's a fairly new stadium as well.
Hmm. I know they recently rebuilt the. I think it was the Eagles Stadium, or recently. I think it was probably like 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
now because it was the Vet and now it's Lincoln Field.
hmm. And it got turned from what I've been told. I don't follow sports very much. It turned from a terrible place to somehow an even worse place. But that's also exactly what you would imagine from Philadelphia sports. So,
Hey, you leave my Eagles alone. I love the Eagles.
um, oh, that one, that was just threading the needle with that goal. Um, so yeah, if anyone has any questions, I also for going back to uh, tutoring, there is between CAPS, the departmental tutors, ESS, and also a lot of the times if you're just kind of hanging out, you can find an upperclassman who they're almost always willing to help. But also go to office hours. Uh, I would argue that going to office hours should probably be the first thing that you do, just because uh, CAPS can help you with a lot of basic stuff, but the professor will know exactly what they want on the exams or
Mm-hmm.
quizzes or homeworks or whatever. So it's going to be better for you to learn, because that'll be on the exam, what exactly they want instead of maybe more the general, way to do it. But yeah, office hours, always go to them if you're struggling. Professors don't care if you need help. They prefer that you come to it than
Mm-hmm.
having to fail you. Uh, but that being said, also, ESS is great. CAPS is great. I also learned quite a lot from if you go to the departmental uh, tutoring, you'll
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of advice on what classes you should take as well from
Yes.
all the people who are already taking those classes. So there's also sometimes grad students there. So if you're interested in doing something, you can get almost advisement kind of from
Yeah.
there from upperclassmen. And sometimes your faculty advisor, at least in nuclear engineering, it was more random. I'm sure you can change around if you have different interests, but if you're maybe not sure what you're wanting to do, you'll just get put with someone, and this way you can learn who does what you maybe want to do, and then go and ask someone to be your advisor,
Mm-hmm.
which is always more useful than a general advisor. So,
And you're talking about like making good friends
mm.
or um, getting advice from people about what classes to take or not take and whatnot. I'm going to plug my shirt, which is for one of our awesome student organizations. If you can't see it because my shirt is wrinkly and I don't own an iron, this one is for the American Nuclear Society. However, we have tons of great student organizations all across the 6 departments, a few a few discipline specifics, some interdisciplinary ones. So obviously ANS, you have to be nuclear related. I say nuclear related because you don't actually have to be a nuclear engineer to be in it. So there's some MBA kids who do public policy who are in it. So you just got to be kind of generally nuclear related to be in it. It's kind of like the American Medical Association. You don't have to be a doctor or a nurse to be in it. You could be a medical researcher, right?
Mhm.
Or a public policy maker on it, right? Mm. Same concept with a lot of our professional organizations. Now, on the flip side of that is our interdisciplinary ones. One of my favorites that I love plugging because I think they just do incredible work is the Engineers Without Borders organization. Um, and they bring this one is particularly good for environmental engineering. Any of you guys who are doing energy engineering and civil engineering. They don't do a ton of the other ones simply by the virtue of what they do, but I'm sure they would love your help no matter what. Um, and so, like I said, what they do is they bring engineering solutions to different groups around the world. So before the pandemic hit, they were working with a tribe down in Bolivia to um, to bring them clean water solutions, and this was helping.
Oh, that was.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought that was going to actually be too far to the left, but that was a really good, just kind of cross map. Not the.
no, no,
That,
you're good. I thought that was too far
yeah,
left
I
too. I was
thought.
waiting for the
I'm
bounce.
so surprised that went in.
Oof,
That didn't
yeah.
even like hit the corner. Oh, that was really good. Anyways, there's also SWE, the
Mhm.
Society of Women Engineers. I think is what that one
Yep.
is. The Engineering Honor Society,
Mhm.
which
Tau beta pi.
Tau Beta Pi. I think there's a black
Yep. NSBE,
engineering.
National Society of Black Engineers.
Um,
There's HESO and SHIP, which are both dedicated to Hispanics. HESO being Hispanic Engineering and Science Organization, SHIP being the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. Um, there is, I think they're trying to work and get this one off the ground, the Asian American Engineering Society, although I'm not 100% sure on that one. It's been a while since I've gotten an update from them. Um, and there is also the ACES, is what I'm forgetting. ACES and NOSDEM, which are dedicated to Native Americans. ACES being American Indian Science Engineering Society, NOSDEM being Native Americans in STEM.
that's a lot more acronyms than I think I would be able to remember.
Thankfully, like I said, I came from the Army where it's all about
Oh yeah, it's
acronyms.
nothing but
Yep.
acronyms. And another goal here, maybe UNM wanting to swap teams out because I think this blue team has been 5-0, 4-0. So see, maybe just swap it out, see if you can rebalance the teams, auto balancing. No new questions here in the chat. If you're in the engineering department or want to learn more about the engineering department here at UNM or college in general, anything like that, ask away. There's also the Engineering Student Success Center. This QR code, got it right the third time.
And I
That
practiced that earlier.
that you if you click on that or go to that, it will give you a lot of information about the Engineering Student Success Center.
For those of you guys who are high schoolers, we are conducting tours of our engineering facility. So if you guys want to check out anything around campus, you want to see anything specific, let me know. My information will be associated with that QR code, and we can get you going from there. And in
Uh,
fact, the tour request form is on there as well.
the orange team got one. 2.5 minutes to go, so we'll see if they're able to get something here. Nope. Yeah, that demo kind of really the demo really slowed the aggression right there. This is also the most demo heavy game I think I've ever watched. It might just be because it's a scrim and everyone's kind of not. I don't want to say they're not taking it seriously, but
They're willing to play a little
yes,
more risky.
yes, that is a good way to put it. Willing to. I don't even know who got that boost right there. Um, there's a really interesting thing with scrims that we see a lot, not just at the very like the pro level. For a while there was known as like scrim gods who would apparently just like destroy everyone 1v1 and then on stage they would never show up and like be the worst in every metric,
Hmm.
which that's gone away for the most part now that more established coaching staffs have been brought in and all of that sort of stuff. But we even had that here at UNM for a while. When I was the coach of the league team 3 years ago, we would dominate people in scrims, and I think we never won a game that season, which was unfortunate.
That sounds like a rough way to go about things.
Yeah, and it was also like towards the end, it was like, come on, guys, just if you just play like you were doing the other day will be great.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did not. So, what are you going to do? So, but I think we've actually, for the most part, fixed that. A lot of our teams
Ooh.
do. Ooh, 2 to 4 here, 48 seconds. It is winnable, but we need to see something like right off the tip here, right off the
Face off, we'll
face
call
off.
it.
Yes,
I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but that's
I
what
would
we're calling it.
imagine. I would imagine that's what it's called. Um, it's what it's called in hockey, and I think also in basketball. I want to say
No, in basketball, it's a tip off.
it's a tip off.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, good defense here. Blue team doing pretty good, but 30 seconds. Yeah, they need to get one in soon.
Now.
Yeah, they need to get one in now just for the time to be able to get another one in.
Yeah, the
And it,
threshold has just about
yeah,
passed
it
for
took
them
them
to.
took them a minute and a half to get that first goal to bring it to 2 to 4. So I'm not expecting much.
Oof. They needed that one off the bar
Mm,
there for any real chance, but
yeah.
I'm sure it's also kind of difficult to play when you have two people talking relentlessly.
I don't think we're in their ears, but we might be. So I
Well,
don't
if
know.
if we are in their ears, I apologize.
Yeah. So does not look like we're going to be changing up the teams. I don't I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Either way, it's a UNM versus UNM match, as far as I'm aware here. So nothing's really on the line. We're just basically seeing I guess, the 8 best players here that we have at UNM just playing each other. And the first couple of matches, it was actually really even. When I think it was
Yeah.
only when it was just 3v3s and 2v2s.
And actually, it's kind of good to show how much practice actually goes into these
Mm-hmm.
teams, right? And how much these guys actually really do, um, take this with real seriousness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, if you guys are really interested in competitive gameplay, that is here. However, my understanding is you guys are a bit of a club as well, right? So if people want to come hang out, that's an option too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. Every Friday we try to have an event, and every Monday here in the space we also have a Magic the Gathering event with sort of our club members who are on the Magic team who are also part of the Magic the Gathering club here on campus. Um, it's we've more or less absorbed them, but they started here and then made their own club, but then they still use our space. So it's a very symbiotic relationship. But yeah, we are pretty much always at least once or twice a week, plus extra things we do once or twice a month. We are always open for game nights of all different kinds. But we are also a competitive club. We do play in a lot of tournaments. We last weekend, or this past weekend, we went down to NMSU, went down to Las Cruces. We got second out of 8, I want to say, in Super Smash Bros. Lost in the finals, like the very last match in the reset of the bracket against NMSU. So that was a very tragic, just yeah, it was like one stock to one stock, and then
Oof.
our Bowser was not able to get the ledge grab. It was as close as basically you can get it. Um, so unfortunate that we didn't win that one, but I think that was actually like the first loss to NMSU we've had in like a year and a half. So it was very close. We're always very competitive with them. And here, 1-1, 4 minutes on the clock. That's pretty good.
I gotta say, I always hated dying on a ledge grab because, well, I was not to bring up any childhood PTSD, but I always felt like Mufasa falling off the cliff.
That was. This wasn't. It was like that close
Ugh.
to just not grabbing the ledge
Mm-hmm.
and out of jumps. But we did win the League of Legends tournament down there. We beat out NM Tech in the finals. We actually ran the entire losers bracket. We were knocked down to the losers bracket by Tech, and then we won like 6 games in a row just to make it to the finals, and then 2-0'd them. So
Nice.
that was pretty hype. and we have all those games, and we're going to be streaming them sometime next week, because the production we didn't get to see all of them, or we cut in between different games during that. So at some point next week, as soon as me and the other caster are available, tune in. We're probably just going to be running like 7 games in a row on one day, which is going to be a lot of fun. And just, we'll upload it to the YouTube for posterity, and yeah, come join. If you're a Grandmaster player and you want to join our League of Legends team and you go to UNM, reach out to Dylan. That's Yellow Cactus on our Discord, because there are Grandmaster players that we just keep kind of like randomly finding around campus, and it's weird that they aren't in UNM Esports.
So as we kind of wind down the clock here, guys, if you guys have any last questions, now is a great time to throw them in the chat, and that way we can get to them. Because I believe we're getting close to 8 o'clock here.
Yep, it's 7:59. We'll be probably stopping the stream, I'd say after this game, 2.5 minutes. I think that'll be almost exactly an hour, I think, because I think we started at 7:03. So we'll just play this game out. Anyone who has any final last questions here about the School of Engineering here for me or Toby, drop them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll just kind of keep talking about whatever.
Yeah, sounds good.
3-1 here is 2.5 minutes. I feel like I haven't been paying attention to player names. I feel like I should be doing that. I think the orange team has made a comeback in the past 2 games, but I'm not entirely certain about that one. Is it different teams? Okay, okay, they're always switching teams. Okay, got it. So, orange team here, up 2, 2 minutes to go. It's very hard to see with this tiny screen.
To do a little bit of behind baseball for you guys, we switched our presentation view on our end, and now it's making it a little bit harder for us to see, but we did just see that goal there. Nice play off of the bounce there.
Yeah, and Soupy just not quite able to make it. So yeah, minute 45. I highly recommend UNM. I had a great experience here. If you're a high schooler, come join. If you're in college, stay.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
And guys, I can tell you guys, I know a lot of you guys have been stressed by college. You guys have been stressed by everything going on. You guys have been stressed by a pandemic and a war and all this other craziness. Let us help you out, right? Just ask for help. Reach out to us. I would also like to say that in some very, very sad news, but this is a passion of mine, so I want to plug it. In some very sad news, I have seen that unfortunately recently suicide rates are up. So please, if you guys need help with anything, right? Talk to us. Talk to somebody, right? We got, what are they called? Agora here on campus. They are a warm line. You can call them for any reason whatsoever. You can talk to the fine people over at UNMH for medical care. We have the Shack here, Student Health and Counseling Center. They offer counseling services. And just in general, I 100% guarantee you that friend you think doesn't care about you does, right? So talk to somebody, right? Like I said, I've been seeing the suicide rates are a little bit up right now, so want to make sure that you guys are getting the help that you need. If anybody is thinking about anything, talk to somebody.
Yep, absolutely. And there's always quite a few resources here at UNM for free that you can always reach out to. I know Agora, I haven't seen them as much, but they used to chalk like all
over the place. Yeah.
Haven't seen that, but I haven't been on campus all that much the past 3 years, so they could still be. I don't know. 30 seconds left in this game, 1-6. This is looking pretty unwinnable here for this blue team. Not impossible, but definitely it would take quite a heroic fail here by the orange team to lose it. Yeah, 9 seconds. It would need to be literally a goal a second, and I don't think that's actually possible. Like I think it takes too long to get the ball, even if you win every single
Yeah.
tip.
From you to get
I,
to
I
from you to the ball and the ball to the goal.
yes, I
Yeah.
think it's actually impossible to win this one. Oh, that
Uh,
was weird. Everyone just juked it out. I thought it was everyone was kind of trolling us a little bit. As
yeah.
like maybe I wasn't sure if that's a thing in Overwatch or why do I keep saying Overwatch? Rocket League where everyone's it's 7-1. You just
Dance around the
dance
ball.
around the ball. There's 7 seconds left or something. So I don't know. And it looks like we're not getting any final questions or anything like that. So come to UNM. That's the final message here from me.
Yeah, so come to UNM, check out our services. We have the QR code that's above my head that I'm not even going to try to point to because even with practice, I failed at it. Um, and so yeah, Dieter got me. Thank you, Dieter. And so yeah, so check out our services. We have a lot of stuff. Doesn't matter the service you're looking for. There's a good chance we offer it. So come check us out. Let us know jobs, tutoring, anything like that. We'll help you out.
We will be doing another stream about the engineering department and how to join. I think that's the end of this month.
No, it's April 6th, I believe.
April 6th.
April 6th. Yes, because April 6th I'll be doing this. April 7th, for those of you guys who are doing undergraduate research, I will be judging your research very harshly, so keep up the standard. Just kidding. I probably won't even know what I'm looking at. Um, and and then April 8th, I'm off to Colorado, so I'm very excited about that.
Oh, is April 7th? Is that the
You Rock Fair.
I don't know what that is. What are they doing? Are they still doing the senior pitch competition?
There's a variety who do the senior
Hmm.
pitch, including the business school. I don't know if engineering does a senior pitch.
I know
We
my
should.
senior year I did one
Yeah, we
with
totally
my
should actually.
senior project.
Yeah.
So
No, this one is a university level. It stands for University Research Opportunity Conference. And it's honestly like a senior pitch,
mhm.
except at the university level.
Okay. But anyways, thank you all for watching. If you have any further questions, go to the QR code. Reach out to UNM. Reach out to him. We have plenty of resources. Come to UNM. Any closing thoughts?
Nope, all my thoughts are out there.
All right. So join us again here on April 6th, and we'll see you then.